Good evening. It's the 27th of the 10th, 2023, and the market's closed as of 45 minutes ago, and I'm just going to recap my trades right now. On my screen is the 5-minute chart for the MES, which is the S&P 500 index futures, and it's the micro E-minis. And it's the same as the ES chart, but I play the MES because they're smaller contracts, and for my type of trading they're much better to trade with. Not a very good day today, a red day unfortunately. I struggled with today's chop. I'm just going through my trades now. I've took far too many trades. I over traded as well, and the worst thing is the level which I said about in the pre-market was this level here, and I said I'm watching that for a bounce. It came straight into 41.50 and was a perfect bounce, a brilliant bounce, and had I been patient and waited, I wouldn't have needed to be trying to use this bounce as to recover for my losses. And in fact I didn't trade very well at all today. So I'll just go through my trades right now. My first trade was soon after the open, and it was a bounce off of the pre-market low, and it wasn't even part of my plan. I didn't choose to take that. I didn't even mention it because I didn't want to take it, but I'm not sure, but I took it and I was initially in good profit, and in fact I could have stopped trading for the day because I was in good, my account was in good position, but I didn't mind I was aiming for VWAP. I was actually aiming for the high pre-market high, or at least the previous pivot on the pre-market. And as you can see, it came all the way back and it stopped me out. So a bit of a frustrating trade. I should have taken something off, but I didn't. I just took a full stop out. My next trade was again the same level, just there, and I went long again. Came up, pulled back, pushed all the way up into this area. Didn't quite get to my first target, which was the VWAP, and it was the tops of these candles here, and it came all the way back and stopped me out again. I tried another couple of little scalps long, and I over traded and I oversized a bit as well, and by the time it got to the level I was waiting, I was pretty tired and almost missed it, to be honest, because I was so focused on trying to regain my gains back, and I've only had one losing day all month this month, and it's been a full green week, but I let myself down today. Anyway, I did take the level, exactly as I said in the pre-market, 41.50, came in, and because I was too afraid to lose, I didn't want to have any more red trades, I scalped it, and I shouldn't have scalped it. I should have just done my full size position and looked for an add, and by the time I realised I was scalping it, I didn't have any of my contracts. I think I was only in 4 contracts at the time. I then tried adding. I saw this first pullback here, I added, and in fact it wasn't there. It was my pullback was. I flicked to the 2-minute chart as well, and I really need to stick with a 5-minute chart because it's just much cleaner. And so I added there. It came back on me, and I just got out of everything. So it wasn't a very good trade. I wasn't even break even at this point. And then I tried shorting the VWAP, thinking it's going to be a short day. You know, I was starting to see this trend come in, and I shorted there, came back down, and then it pushed all the way up, so I stopped myself out. I tried another short there because it's the previous pivot, and I stopped out, and I was in total over trading territory at this point, and it gets worse as well. So when it came back down to this level, in fact I tried a scalp there, and I did pick up a little bit of profit on some of them, but did nowhere near make up for the losses I'd previously taken. I took this here, and again I didn't take profit. I should have. I was aiming for VWAP again. I don't know why I was biased towards trying to get it back to the VWAP, and again it came back on me, stopped me out, and it was pretty frustrating. The one thing I did take at the end of the day was this area. You can see it's just starting to slow down. We had higher volume come in, and in fact I did take a long here as well, and because we had all these bottom tails, and I went long. I think I went long there, and my average price was about here, and eventually I stopped out, and then I got back in just after this big volume candle, and I think I was in on that candle because I saw the volume come in, and again I stopped myself out, small stops, but you know, I shouldn't have really been trading at this point. But I did get back in on this double bottom tail. You know, there's a theme here, just go home, stop trading, and I got back in there and double tail, and it was on increased volume. By this point I realised we were in an accumulation zone, or what looked like an accumulation zone, high volume on all the pushes, and I took a look. I was trying to get this this previous low, and my first target was up here, and I didn't even scalp it. I didn't scalp anything, and it came all the way against me again, and I was pretty much done by that point. But what I did do, I did get back in at the low, 41.24. I scalped it a bit better, and then I added again back down here and scalped it back up, and I literally got out 5 minutes ago in the post market. As it pushed up, I got out just there, 41.40, and that's me pretty much done. I'm down today. I wiped out about 3 days worth of profits as well, so I'm not pleased with my trading. I'm gonna regroup over the weekend, have a think about it. I don't like going into the weekends on a down like this, especially when I've had such a good week. I had a really green week all week, and I let myself down with one bad day. So I virtually worked for free this week. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm still trying to sort out my risk management. You know, it was all down to me not being able to walk away. I think I'm not being patient. Had I just ignored all these setups, maybe that one I would have taken the bottom of this demand zone. But that was the level I was waiting for. That's the level I said, and it was even the level I had in my plan as well. So pre-market news. So scenarios. Let's move it over. Let's put it in there. So that was what I was looking at. So you can see 41.50 bounce. Can't be any more clearer than that. 41.50 bounce. Wait for confirmation and use good size. That's the only trade I needed today. Just that one trade. 41.80 rejection, didn't get anywhere near there, so that was off, and 42.04 it was nowhere near that area as well. So it should have been one trade today. 41.50 bounce. That should have been the only number I should have been watching for. Wait for market to make a direction. Did I wait? Not really. If market sells off, then wait for a bounce at 41.50. There you go. So 41.50, and guess what? The market sold off, and did I wait for a bounce? No, I tried going long. All I had to do was just wait for that one number. And obviously I got here, if we see a rally after the open, then 4200, but that wasn't out. And also potentially, I think I was biased long today because there was a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern on the hourly, and I was certain that we may not have made it down to we were going to see another red day, but we did see another big red day. So let's have a look, see where we are on the daily. Look at that. Talk about weak. I even said that. If you remember on Monday or Tuesday, I said if we close below the 200 moving average, then the market's buggered. And that's exactly what's happened. It closed below it. And we tried an attempt to close above it on Tuesday. That's Friday. Monday, we closed below it. Tuesday we tried to recover with a rally, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, it was just a big sell-off. And where are we now then? So we're in an area of congestion, which you can see on this profile. So we've got this high level of congested volume. You can see tops are there. So this is a demand zone because we saw a massive big reaction last time I was in that area. And you can see this demand zone was held. We came in, rejected, came in, and we consolidated for quite a few months there actually, and before we finally broke out. And we're coming back down to this area. To be fair, to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to come through this area as easily as it did over the last couple of days. But I think potentially Monday we may be looking at a bit of a gap up. If I were to pick a level, I would probably go around here. And that level is because of the tops of these candles. Yeah, it's not a great level. We're not far off it now actually. And what I'm looking for, I'm just looking for areas of tops and bottoms of candles. Probably there. Yeah, the same place. And the reason I chose that level was because we've got bottom of this candle here, bottom of all these. You know, we came out, we used it as an area to reject. We rejected it there. We bounced here. Reject, 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 and a big reject here as well. So we're pretty much there. I think if we do come down 41.10 for a potential bounce, but the market was just terrible today. If you just look at this, I should have just walked from the beginning. You know, look at these bottom tails, top tails, top tails, top tails, bottom tail, indecision, topping tail, which is a good topping tail. That should have been something I should have been watching for. I should have just gone long on that one, but I was too busy trying to go. I meant short on that one. I was too busy trying to short the VWAP, and shorting off the VWAP is not a play I do. I use it as a target to get in or out of trades, or to get out of trades, or to add maybe, but definitely not as a. I don't use that as an area of support or resistance to get in and out. So that would have been a good trade. Was it on volume? Yeah, on high above average volume as well. So that's a good short. Confirmation would have been below that shooting star candle. Hammer candle here almost, but on higher volume. So that's one of the reasons I took that long, which didn't work very well. And there was a couple of anomalies I saw as well, especially in this area when we were consolidating. We had a couple of wide range bars. Here we go, there's an anomaly. So we had this big wide range bar. This bar next to it is almost the same size, but it's on less volume. But on the 2 minute, there was quite a few anomalies setting up where we saw big wide range volume, and then the next candle was just low volume, and I couldn't get a read on the market today. The volume didn't really seem to work how I wanted. So let's just see now. I'm looking back on hindsight. So get over the initial 30-45 minutes. Decline in volume. So what we've got in decline in volume. Here we go. There, it's obvious really. Look at that. So we've got decline in volume, and we've got a big push up or a pullback. And what normally happens on decline in volume, it means it's showing there's weakness in the buyers, and there's the candle to be watching for. Weakness, that's to show weakness in the buyers. The buyers couldn't hold or couldn't push above this 200 moving average, and we've just confirmed that with weakness. The top and tail candle was on higher than average volume as well. So we had these reducing candles coming up to that area and then pushed down. But I suppose we were still declining volume, but then we were declining volume and we wasn't really doing much, it was just going sideways. But we were gradually seeping down. Yeah, tough day. Volume analysis, I think maybe I should have paid more attention to these big moves up and with reducing volume. And I'm sure if you look at the candles, yeah, there's a few anomalies there as well. So you've got this candle here, that candle there on average, above average volume. I know, so that next candle is below average volume, but it is a smaller candle, so that's relative. Smaller candle, here you go, that's an even smaller candle, a rejection candle, but on higher volume. So that's the first anomaly. So it's a smaller candle than the previous, but it had increased volume. So that's showing that the sellers were getting ready. And then here we go, this is the anomaly. So we've got a big wide range green candle on lower volume than the candle before. Another big wide range candle on lower volume than the candle before. So this is where the alarm bell should have been ringing. Ding, 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 ding. Reducing these three anomalies in a row there. And the obvious short is that hammer candle, is that shooting star candle or top and tail candle. Bit frustrating, I totally missed that. I think I wouldn't say on tilt, but I was just trying to go long, and in my mind I wasn't thinking of a short. The only time I thought about going short was when I was on the VWAP here, and it stopped me out. Anyway, frustrating day, and that's why I like doing these videos. It gets me talking about it out loud, and it's a time for me to vent my frustrations on poor trading, poor judgment. So I will go back and update my journal now, and then hopefully Monday will be a nice, better day on the market, and hopefully we don't get a really bad market like we had today. Look at that. Look how bad that is. How can you pick a direction? I know it's coming down. On hindsight, you can see that. But if you're looking for a bottom or a top, it's just unplayable. I should have just walked away, and in fact I should have cut my losses at that point. The worst thing is, even though I gained back half of my losses on this move back up here, that was basically a whole day's worth of effort just for this tiny bit of trading there, for pick up losses on there and then the win on there. You know, I could have just walked away at midday and I would have still been in the same boat, you know, with I was down about 8R I think today, so quite a big losing day. Right, thank you for watching, have a lovely weekend, and I will be back Monday at 9 AM Eastern Time, where we go through the pre-market levels again and look at see any market movers next week as well. Always like to check the economic calendar, so let's see what we've got upcoming. Monday, yeah, nothing really, so Monday should be hopefully a relatively quiet day on the market, which means we might be able to pick a direction and go with it. Okay, thank you for watching and have a good weekend.